Alan, a great 1-0 win. But it could have been so many more, couldn't it?
After the day I've had, Ray, but you just thought it was going to go a certain way. And probably a few weeks ago, or probably a couple of months ago, probably would have, in all honesty. But the mentality of this group now is a lot better, and you can see with the experience we had in there, and we're fully deserved on it. It could have been 5-0, and no one could argue it. Even Liam said we battered them, and it's pleasing to see that. The only disappointing thing is not putting the ball in the net enough and making it a lot easier for ourselves. But the lads having the focus and the concentration to deal with anything, that actually give me a little bit of belief that we can keep doing this.
Played at a very high tempo throughout, probably apart from a 10-minute spell when Tommy had to make a couple of saves.
Yeah, I made changes again. I knew we put in a lot of effort down at Hereford, and then I thought if I bring the lads in, it was always planned to bring the lads in and freshen it up, and this has been the first time that I've had at this level that I've had a squad where I'm bringing out like for like, and it's great to have that. And it's not going to stay like this. We're going to add a couple more to it, so there's going to be more competition to this squad. So you look at the players that I brought in again tonight from Sadda, it's unbelievable competition for places, and it's great for me as long as the lads are buying into it. So the fresh legs worked a treat. You could see that. I think we were on the front foot constantly, as you see, apart from that 10-minute spell, and I think that become about because we missed the chances and the heads go down a little bit, but then obviously they rode that and got themselves through it.
Yeah, we're missing penalties, aren't we? At the moment.
I've never seen a missed penalty while I was here until them too. Like last week, they say the buses in it. One comes along, then all of a sudden the other one happens, and I didn't like what the kid done beforehand. He got booking for it. He's fastening his laces, squibbing the spot. It's horrible gamesmanship. I can't see the point in that, to be honest with you, and it's something that shouldn't be in the game. But obviously distracted Kev. For me, if that happens, you just smack it down the middle. You didn't place it, you just smack it down the middle. But listen, moves on to another one. It didn't affect the result. The kid had a great game. Not disheartened with him one little bit. I thought he was brilliant tonight. But we'll look for another penalty taker now.
Adriano Morki made his debut tonight. What did you make of him?
What Morgi is, what I expected Morgi to be. Looks after the ball, he gets across the ground, reads the game ever so well. What I loved about him, when he was winning the ball, he retained the ball, he retained possession. In him and Purves, the pair of them, the first pass, I said that it's so important not to just clear it when you play a team like this, because they just put it back in. It's that first pass when we win it, to find the striker, to find the wide man, and we've done that ever so well tonight, and the pair of them were top draw on there.
I've got to ask you about Will Hatfield. Everybody out there would be keen to know your views. It's from a DFC point of view, we couldn't really do much, could we, once File moved in the way they did?
No, unfortunately. Massively gutted I am, because I loved the kid. We had a great relationship. He was a top player, and I think Darlow fans should... I've never seen a player come to a club like Will did and absolutely rip it up. He won everything in that first year. Has he reached them heights since? Probably not, but we were just starting to get there by, and again, I had to sit down with him because we weren't getting the Will Hatfield role. We're sitting down and saying, how can we get it, and taking him out because of the way Will plays, the intensity he plays. I felt as though I was flogging him constantly in every game. So taking him out and freshening up with quality players and then bringing them on for them half an hours was getting massive impact from Will, and then it was carrying on to the next game with confidence, and we were just starting to get somewhere. And this come out of the Blu-rays, you know, and it absolutely killed me. Last week we got a couple of bids, turned them down flat, and then unfortunately one that triggered a clause that he could speak to them, and once Will spoke to them and he found out what they offered him, and his work's been brilliant with him. I wish they weren't, but brilliant with him, helped him out massively, and the kid would have been a fool to turn it down, in all honesty. It doesn't help me, it doesn't help the club, but listen, it's another one that we've moved on, and I'm just sitting in there. Like, today was probably the lowest I've been, thinking, how many times am I going to lose a top player? Like, I've lost 5 or 6 since I've been here, starting from Justin Donowa, Eric O, Cams, and you've got Luke Charman, Will Hatfield. You know, if I had them 5 players still here with this squad I've got now, that's a title challenging team. But unfortunately, this is where we are. I signed up for this. It doesn't help. Believe me, it doesn't help. But I just love doing it. I love working with players. the staff do. They're brilliant with them, and them players wouldn't move on if it wasn't for this staff and the group of players that are in this team. So I think we'll do it really well as a club, but it does hurt. It still hurts when you lose your top players.
Yeah, it does when other clubs have stronger purchasing powers than what we have. Okay. We can't reveal figures, but we know that Will was offered much better terms than what we could have offered here at DFC.
They offered Will an unbelievable deal that I've never offered a player at this level, and I was very. It's one thing you've got to remember. I've said it's value for money, and was I getting value for money by going to pay this kind of money? This was sticking with me. It's a fans' money, and I'm thinking this is way beyond what I would really want to pay someone at this level. But because of what he is and what he's done for this club since he's come, we had to try and hold on to him because of what he was. But listen, I think he's made the right decision for himself. He has to. If it was me, I would have done the same. I think any player would have done the same. I've got no great one. I love the kid. I've told him the minute it doesn't work out, pick up the phone. And we've got a great relationship, as I say, and I'm sure the lad will. But the offer we put to him was a fantastic offer. A little bit scary and not something I really wanted to do, but we had to try and keep the kid because I didn't want to lose him. But the kid's got a great offer there, and he's typical that he can scores a winner tonight, which is great for us again because it gets us a little bit closer to where we want to be.
Yeah. So that means there's space in midfield, and one or two people were wondering about Joe Wheatley, but we let Joe Wheatley go on Tuesday last week, and then suddenly File came along, and it's important to remember that we can't recall Joe Wheatley for 28 days. That's part of the deal with Mask.
Definitely. Listen, if this had come in prior to Joe wouldn't have went 100%. Joe still needed games. He's still not fit. Joe's missed a hell of a lot of the football this year because of non-football related issues, and then obviously he comes back in and he gets sent off, which he's missed 12 games unfortunately through something that not through not getting picked, through other reasons. So he's never got up to speed, Joe, and he knows that. He's asked me many times to go on loan. I turned it down a few times, and then this time I thought we had a squad. I brought Moki in, so I thought we had a squad strong enough to deal with that, and then all of a sudden Will goes. But again, I've got Danny Rose on the bench again tonight, and so Cal Griffith and David Wheat are not even on the bench tonight, not involved. We've got a good enough squad, but looking at, I need to bring another one in. Will that be Joe? I'll speak to Joe without a doubt, but I'm still looking to bring one or two more in before the deadline.
We're edging closer to the playoffs again, Alan. It's I haven't checked the table, but people are telling me it's 4 points tonight. But here we are, another home game on Saturday against Boston.
Massive game really again. Boston won tonight, beat York. Great result for them, and like I said, this league is unbelievable. Anyone can beat anyone, and you put a run together, and that's what we had to do when we lost at York. We needed to not get beat the next game, which we didn't. We should have won it at Hereford, and then start going on that run again and build the confidence. We've done it tonight. Should have been more convincing. Difficult game Saturday, as we know it's going to be really difficult. New manager they've got in who changes style of play, but I've got some fresh legs. Obviously resting a couple of nights, I've got some fresh legs to come on and hopefully get with a result for Saturday.